Hey there viewer, I'm going to be bringing you my take on the Haber process, what it is, what it does, and how it works. And basically the Haber process is the production of ammonium from the reactants of hydrogen and nitrogen. Nitrogen and hydrogen are both diatomic molecules and they're both gases. Ammonium is also a gas, and that is what the molecule for ammonium looks like. Now, a thing that you need to remember is that the reaction to make ammonium is reversible, and what that means is that ammonium can decompose or whatever to make hydrogen and nitrogen, or nitrogen and hydrogen can combine to make ammonium. That means that in industry you want as much ammonium to be made as possible. You don't want nitrogen and hydrogen because that's what you put into the machine. You want the product. You want ammonium. But why? Why is the main question. Why would you want to make ammonium? And there are two reasons why you two reasons why you would want to make ammonium. The first reason is firepower. In World War I, ammonium was a main ingredient in artillery and basically gun shooty things. Another reason why you would want to make ammonium is because it is a great fertilizer. Ammonium is the main ingredient in a lot of fertilizers, and there the plant is. It's very happy because it has loads of nitrates to grow on. Now, I told you before that nitrogen and hydrogen combine to make ammonium. This is the forward reaction, and the forward reaction is exothermic, and what that basically means is if you look at my analogy of a reaction in a can, the reaction happens and heat is released. Heat is released from the reaction into the surroundings. That is nitrogen and hydrogen coming together to make ammonium. There's also the backwards reaction, which is ammonium decomposing to form hydrogen and nitrogen. That reaction is endothermic, and it takes in heat from its surroundings. Now, things that you may ask yourself is what factors promote the production of ammonium? And factors are things like, if I can find it, temperature. What temperature would you want? What temperature is the best temperature for this to happen? Is there a catalyst? Is there a catalyst? Like, is there an iron catalyst, which is the one that we use? And also, what is the pressure? Now, the temperature that we use is 450 degrees. The catalyst that we use is an iron catalyst, and that is out of frame. The pressure that we use is 200 atmospheres, which basically means it's 200 times normal atmospheric pressure. Let's go with temperature. Why is temperature 450 degrees? I said before, the backward reaction is exothermic, and the backward reaction is endothermic. That's out of frame, and that's really annoying. Backward reaction is endothermic, and forward reaction is exothermic. Now, we want as much of the forward reaction as possible, so a way to get more of the forward reaction is decreasing the backward reaction. Now, the backward reaction requires you to take in heat. So if you reduce the temperature, if you reduce the amount of heat that it can take in, you will theoretically improve the rate of the forward reaction. So why won't we decrease the temperature a little? The reason is, if we decrease the temperature a little, more of the forward reaction will be made. Yes, that's right, more ammonium will be made. But if you remember, the reaction is exothermic, which means it releases heat. So if it releases heat into the surrounding, that means there is more temperature for the endothermic reaction to take in heat. And that means we've reached something called a dynamic equilibrium. That means the forward reaction is equal to the backward reaction. And somewhere some genius figured that 450 degrees is the best temperature for the reaction to happen. You don't really need to know why. It is the best temperature for the Haber process. But there are other factors, and I'm going to be talking about the catalyst just because there's not much to talk about. The catalyst is iron, and all you need to know is that it speeds up the rate of reaction as the particles move through the catalyst bit. I don't know what to call it. This bit, as it moves through, the rate of reaction is increased. Another thing we can talk about is the pressure. Now, you want as high of a pressure as possible, and because nitrogen is a gas, hydrogen is a gas, and ammonium is a gas, you figure pressure, great, you increase the amount of pressure, you increase the forward reaction, which is nitrogen, hydrogen, becoming ammonium. The thing is that you can only increase the pressure to 200 atmospheres, and the reason because of that is because any more and the equipment needed to house that pressure would get really expensive, and you don't want to do that. You want to be as efficient, as profitable as possible when making your ammonium, so you can make the most amount of money. That's what you want. So now I'm going to be going over how it's made. So if any of you have seen the TV show, basically that. So I'm going to show you the full thing. That is the full thing. Nitrogen and hydrogen come in through there. They are compressed, and then they go through the catalyst. Some ammonium is made, and as liquid ammonium, it is extracted as quickly as possible to prevent it turning back into the reactants. But that didn't react is just, flown right back around and compressed again. So when the nitrogen and hydrogen first come in, they're compressed in here. Then through the catalyst, that is really loud and obnoxious. I'm going to turn it down 1 second. Then the catalyst, which basically joins the nitrogen and hydrogen. What a catalyst does, it speeds up the rate of reaction without being changed itself. And then the reactants that didn't react to form ammonium just go on right back and make just go back into the compressor, and that way all the reactants that didn't react get another chance to react, and none of it's really wasted. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about. I think I went through everything. I did have a checklist, but that what I didn't go through you can check at home, and that's basically it. But a thing I wanted to tell you before I go is a YouTube channel. It is called minutephysics.com, and it is basically what inspired this video. Here's the channel. It's called, I'll show you. It's called Minute Physics, and what it is a guy, his name is Henry something, and he basically explains things. And what you basically need to know is that unless you're doing this, unless you're enjoying learning, then there's no point in learning at all. And bro, that was deep, but that's pretty much all I have to say. So